Now question number 3, that's the fill in the blanks. Okay, let's start with the A. 369 divided by blank is equals to 369. So we have to put something here so we can get answer 369. So what should I divide 369 by something, that is 369? That is 1. Okay, that is 1. We have already discussed that if we divide any number by 1, that is the same number. See here, 369, 369, both are same. It means if we divide 369 divided by 1, then and then only that is 369. Okay, we cannot use any number over here. And if we will use, we will not get answer 369. So always remember that for any number divided by 1, that is any number. Like 7 crore or 1 billion divided by 1, that is 7 crore or 1 billion, whatever. Then the second, the B1 minus 75 divided by something, that is 1. And minus 1. Okay. So we know very well that 5 divided by 5, that is 1. 7 divided by 7, that is 1. Here minus 75 divided by something, that is minus 1. So if I just do minus 75 divided by 1, divided by 75. 75 divided by 75, then that's the minus 1, is it? See, minus 75 divided by minus 75. See here. If I just do minus 75 divided by 75, then 75 will cancel. What will remain? Minus 1. Here we have minus 1. So it means our answer is 75 plus 75. The C1, that is minus 206 divided by something is equals to 1. It means here I just have to divide minus 206 divided by something. Answer should be 1. What will divide over there? Okay. If I just divide by the same number 206, then I will get the minus 1. But if I just do with the minus 206, then we will get plus 1. Because here negative sign will cancel as well as 206 will cancel. So our answer is minus 206. Okay. Then the D, that is minus 87 divided by something is equals to 87. It means that's the 1. Okay, that's the 1. But if we will divide by 1, then what will happen? See, minus 87 divided by 1. It means that is minus 87 only. But if I just divide with minus sign, then minus cancel. Okay, then that's the plus 87. It means I have to divide with minus 1 to get answer plus 87. Then the E, what should I just write here? So a number divided by 1 is equals to minus 87. So as we have discussed, for any number if we divide by 1, then that's the same number. It means answer is minus 87. So here that's the minus 87 only. So minus 87 divided by 1, that is minus 87. Now the F, the number divided by 48 is equals to minus 1. So if I just divide by 48, then answer is 48 divided by 48 is positive 1. But if I just do minus sign over there, then that is minus 1. Then the G, that is 20 divided by something is minus 2. Now 20 divided by something. So here 20 divided by something, that is minus 2. Now just forget about this minus 2. What should I divide to 20? What should I divide to 20? So I will get answer 2. So if I just divide by 10, then 0 cancel, answer is 2. So that's the final that I have to divide with 10. But I just need minus sign. So I will put minus sign over there. Then that's the minus 2. So our answer is minus 10. Clear? Then H. What should I divide? Here the number divided by 4, that is minus 3. Okay. That's really very simple, that 12 divided by 4, that is 3. But sometimes if you don't remember how to do, okay, so at the time you can convert. Okay, how? For the same question I am doing, that's 20 divided by minus 10 is equals to 2. Here we don't know any number, which number is there. Write down x over there. Okay, this is for higher classes, but just for the understanding I am just showing you that. Here if I just write x, then x is equals to, x can be written as minus, that's the 20 divided by minus 2. 2 tens are, answer is minus 10. Okay, this is for higher classes, but in the same way you can do. Here answer will be minus 12. Because 12 divided by 4, that is 3, and we want minus 3. It means if I will do minus 12 divided by 4, then I will get minus 3. Okay. So question number 3 is completed. Pause the video and note it down. In the question book 4, we have to write down the pairs of the AB, okay, 5 pairs of the AB. And how we will write? The condition is A divided by B is equals to minus 3. It should happen, okay. So we have to select the numbers for A and B like that. So if we calculate A divided by B, our answer should be minus 3. For example, if suppose I just take 12, okay, I just take 12. So what should I divide to 12 to get answer minus 3? Answer minus 3, that is fixed. Okay, I have taken A is 12. So what should I select as the B? If suppose I just select as B 4, then I will get answer 4 3s are 12. So I will get answer 3. Okay, but we need minus 3. So simply if I just select minus 4, then I can get answer minus 3. So here we have the one pair. So by that I can write 12 and minus 4 at the place of 12 and at the place of B minus 4. Now the next, let's select another number like minus 8. No, minus 8, that's not possible. That's possible because we need to take fraction, but right now we don't want to go with the fraction. We will just skip with the integers. So minus 9, if we take minus 9. So what should I divide to minus 9 to get answer minus 3? 3 3s are 9, or 9, 3 3s are 9. It means if I just select the 3 over there, then I will get answer 3, because minus 9 divided by 3, that is minus 3. So again I just need to write minus 9 and 3. Okay, this is the first pair, this is second pair. Now let's see the third pair. Here I will write something numbers for A and B. Now let's select again another number, that is 18. So what should I divide 18 to get minus 3 answer? Fine. So let's recall the table of 3. So we will just identify what should we divide by, divide to 12. Like 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15, 3 6s are 18. So we should divide with the 6. But can we get answer minus 3? No, because plus 18 divided by plus 6, that is minus, not minus 3, that is plus 3. If I just divide with minus 18, minus 18 divided by 6, at the time that is minus 3. Fine. So here A is minus 18 and B is 6. So that's the third one. Now the fourth one, let's select another one. From this only you can just create the more new 3. See how. For the first one I am just doing, there is plus 12, I am just going to select minus 12. And here is minus 4, I am just going to select plus 4. Answer will be minus 3. You can check that. Okay. What I did here, I just shuffle the signs. If 12 is positive, negative, negative, positive. So that's the another pair. So minus 12 and plus 4. And the fifth one, again, I am just going to do it from the third one, that is minus 18 and plus 6. So I am just changing the sign, plus 18 minus 6. So it will be plus 18 divided by minus 6. That will be minus 3. Okay. So this is how we can do for any number. Here is actually, that is A divided by B is equals to minus 3. Suppose it's given like A divided by B is equals to minus 5 plus 5, 13, 26, whatever. But the process will be always same. Okay. Just pause the video and note it down. Now let's see the question book 5. That is, the temperature at 12 noon was 10 degrees Celsius above 0. Above 0 it means that is in the positive. So that is plus 10 degrees Celsius. Now if it decreases at the rate of 2 degrees Celsius per hour until the midnight. Until the midnight it means the 12 o'clock at night. Okay, 12 o'clock at night. At what time would the temperature be 8 degrees Celsius below 0? And another question is there, what would be the temperature at midnight? So we have to find two questions, an answer for the two questions. The first one, that is the temperature be 8 degrees Celsius. Okay, we have to find out the timing. At what time the temperature will be 8 degrees Celsius below 0. It means minus 8 degrees Celsius and the temperature of the midnight. So right now the 10 degrees Celsius, that is of the temperature of the 12 noon. Okay, so temperature of here, temperature of 12 noon, that is plus 10 degrees Celsius, that is the positive. So that is positive 10 degree Celsius. Now the next thing that is given, that is the rate of change. It means the decrease is at the rate 2 degrees Celsius. Rate of decrease the temperature, that is 2 degrees Celsius per hour. 2 degrees Celsius per hour. Okay. So after each and every hour, the temperature will drop by 2 degrees Celsius. So here that is 12, that is 10 degrees Celsius. So it means at 1 p.m. that will be 8, 2 p.m. that will be 6. See here the chart, I am just going to draw the chart for 12 noon, then 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. like that, okay, and we have to go till 12 midnight. 12 midnight can be written as 12 a.m. also, and 12 noon can be written as 12 p.m. also. Okay, this both are same. Now I'm just going to write down the temperature over there. Here is the temperature, that is 10 degrees Celsius. Now at 1 p.m. after each and every hour it decreases by 2 degrees Celsius. So 10 minus 2, that is 8 degrees Celsius. Here that will be 6 degrees Celsius. Here that will be 4 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now by that we have to find out for the temperature for 12 midnight. But the first question that is, we have to find out that, okay, the temperature will be minus 8 at what time? Okay, at what time the temperature will be minus 8 degrees Celsius? Is it minus 8 only? Yes, that's minus 8 only. So we have to find out for minus 8. So here question is, at what time the temperature will be minus 8 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we have to give the answer for that. So how we can find out? By the calculation like this also. Okay, and one more way is there. So in the starting that is 10 degrees Celsius, and we want answer that is minus 8 degrees Celsius. So something I have to subtract, like what should I subtract from 10? What should I subtract from 10 to get answer minus 8? To get answer minus 8. So here by the observation we can say that if I subtract 18, if I subtract 18 from 10, if I subtract 18 from 10, I will get answer minus 8. Okay. So the total drop the temperature, that is 18 degree. That is 18 degrees Celsius. So the total decreased temperature is 18 degree Celsius to be minus 8 degrees Celsius. Okay. So to be minus 8 degrees Celsius, temperature need to drop by 18 degrees Celsius. Now again, that drop by, for each and every hour that drop by 2 degrees Celsius. So we will just find out that for that how many hours it needs. So for the hours, for number of hours is equals to, I can write that 18 divided by 2, because after each and every hour it decreases by 2 degrees Celsius. Here 18 by 2 is 9 hours. Okay, that is 9 hours. That is 9 hours. Okay, so it took total 9 hours. So from the 12 o'clock, if we count the 9 hours, that will be the 9 p.m. That is 9 p.m. So here the answer is 8 9 p.m. at 9 p.m. the temperature will be minus 8 degrees Celsius. Minus 8 degree Celsius. So here, this is the answer for the first question. Okay, answer for the first question. Now the answer for the second question, that is we have to find the temperature at 12 midnight. So again, we have to find out, we need to do the same process. How we will do? First of all, we will find temperature, the total temperature that is decreased till the 12 midnight. So for that, we can find out the total hours. How many hours are there from 12 noon to 12 midnight? That is total 12 hours. Okay. Total 12 hours. Now, for each and every hour it decreases by 2 degrees Celsius. So I will just multiply. So that is 24 degrees Celsius temperature will drop from 10 degrees Celsius. So it can be written as 10 minus 24. So that is 14 degrees Celsius, and that is minus sign. Okay, because plus minus minus. So our answer is minus 14 degrees Celsius, and that is for 12 noon. So we can write that at the 12 noon. Sorry, not the 12 noon, midnight. Okay. So at the 12 midnight, the temperature will be minus 14 degrees Celsius. So here the question book 5 is done. Just pause the video and note it down. Now the question number 6, that is, in a class test, plus 3 marks are given for every correct answer and minus 2 marks are given for every incorrect answer and no marks for not attempting any question. So there are the two different questions. Let's start with the first one, that is, Radhika scored 20 marks. If she has got 12 correct answer, how many questions has she attempted incorrectly? Okay. So first of all, Radhika scored total 20 marks. Let's start with that. For Radhika, this is the first one. For Radhika, she scored 20 marks. Okay. Now she scored 20 marks. Out of that, the incorrect answer, that is she scored 20 marks and the 12 correct answer. Okay, the total 12 correct answer. So correct answer are 12. Now out of the 12 answer, we have to just find out that how many incorrect answers she has attempted. So how we will do? First of all, we will find the total marks for the correct answer. So the marks for correct answer, here I am just going to do marks for correct answer is equals to, okay, for each and every correct answer she will get plus 3 marks. So here the total the 12 correct answer, it means 12 multiplied by plus 3, so that is 12 is 36. Okay, so she scored 36 marks for the correct answer. She scored 36 marks for the correct answer. Now, but actual score, the total score is 20 marks. So we have to find out the how many questions she attempted the wrong. So it means, first of all, we need to just find out that how many marks she got for the incorrect answer. How we will do? The total marks minus the marks for the correct answer. So here marks for incorrect answer is equals to, what we will do? The 12 minus 36 is equals to plus minus minus. So 36 minus 12, that will be 6 minus 2 is 4 and 3 minus 1, that is 2, 24. But with sign, negative 1, because this sign of the bigger number, that is 36, and 36 having negative sign. Okay, so the marks for the incorrect answer, that is minus 24. Now we have to find out the number of questions she attempted incorrectly, but for each and every incorrect answer she is getting minus 2 marks. So the number of incorrect answer Number of incorrect answers is equals to. Okay. Now let me just ask you one question. Suppose you got the total 10 marks. Okay. Suppose you got the total 10 marks. For each and every question, I am just giving you the 2 marks. So how many questions you have attempted? So what you will do? 10 divided by 2, that is 5. The same thing here I am going to do that. If the number of incorrect answer, if I just want to find, what I will do? The marks for the incorrect answer divided by the marks for each incorrect answer. Here the total marks upon marks for the each incorrect answer. So that will be minus 24, which is divided by minus 2, which is divided by minus 2. So now minus minus cancel. 12 multiplied by 2, that is 24. 2 cancel. So our answer is 12. Okay. So Radhika attempted total 12 incorrect answer. This is the final answer for the sub question 1 of the question number 6. Just pause the video and note it down. Now the sub question 2 of the question number 6, that is Mohini scores minus 5 marks in this test through she has got 7 correct answer. How many questions has she attempted incorrectly? Okay. So here her total score that is minus 5. So this is for Mohini. For Mohini, the total score is equals to, that is minus 5 marks. Okay, that is minus 5. Now, in the further, that is 7 correct answers. Okay, so for the further information, that is 7 correct answers. So we will write the correct answer, number of correct answer. Is equals to, that is 7. Okay, so just put the 7 over there. Now, in the next step, we will just find out the marks for the correct answer. So that will be for each and every correct answer. Okay, she will get plus 3 marks. So 7 multiplied by 3, that is 21. So she will get 21 marks for the correct answers. Now, what is about the incorrect answer? So first of all, we need to find out that how many marks she got for the incorrect answer. So here, marks for incorrect answer. Marks for incorrect answer is equals to, how we can find total marks minus marks of the correct answer. So total marks is minus 5. Total marks is minus 5 minus marks of the correct answer, that is 21. So minus 21 minus minus plus 21 and 5, that is 26. But we will put the negative sign as the greater number is 21 and that is negative. So we will put the negative sign in the answer, that is minus 26. So minus 26 is the marks for the incorrect answer. Now we can find out the number of incorrect questions as we did in the sub question 1 of the question number 6. The number of incorrect answers is equals to, what we will do now? Again the same thing as we did, the division of marks of the incorrect answer divided by the marks for each incorrect answer, that will be minus 26 divided by minus 2. So here minus minus cancel, 2 13s because 13 2s are 26. So we can just cut like that. So here answer is 13. Okay. So Mohini attempted 13 incorrect answer. That's the final answer of the question number 6. Again, just pause the video and note it down. Now the last question, question number 7 of this exercise as well as of this chapter. Okay, this is the last question of the chapter. That is, an elevator descends into a mine shaft at the rate of 6 meter per minute. If the descent starts from 10 meter above the ground level, how long will it take to reach 350 meter? Okay. So first of all, let's draw the figure to understand the question very well. Okay, there is a mine shaft, and from ground level, suppose this is the ground level, here is the ground level, this is the ground level, and mine shaft, it's like this, suppose here is the mine shaft, fine, this is the mine shaft, and elevator is there from the ground level to 10 meter above. So suppose elevator is something like here. Here is elevator. Okay, I am just showing that by E. So elevator is on the 10 meters from the ground level, and elevator have to reach 350 meter from the ground level downside. So here something, fine. Here that is 350 meter. Okay, this distance, that is 350 meter. Fine. So elevator, and this is the 10 meter. That is the 10 meter. Now we have to just find out that how much time the elevator take to reach at the 350 meter. The rate of descent that is given as 6 meter per minute. 6 meter per minute. The rate is 6 meter per minute. It means in 1 minute, the elevator will go down by 6 meter. Okay, in every 1 minute, elevator will go down by 6 minutes. It means after 3 minutes, elevator reach to 18 meter from the ground level. 18 meter from the ground level. So first of all, we have to find out that how much total distance elevator need to cover. So by how much, that is the total distance that will be, see here, from the ground level to this one, that is 350, and here that is 10, because elevator is 10 meter above the ground level. So that is, it means what we will do, 350 plus 10, it means total 360 meter elevator will cover. Okay, elevator will cover. Now we have to find the timings. Here that is actually given, that is 6 meter per minute. So per minute it covers the 6 meter. So we have to find out for the 360 meter. So the total timing, the required timing, that will be how we will find 360 divided by 6. That's very easy. 360 divided by 6. 6 6 are 36 and 0 as it is. Okay, so that is 60. But which unit will write? 60 minute, because see here, there is 6 meter per minute and that's the meter. So meter will be cancelled, and that is minute. So 60 minute elevator will take to reach to the 350 down to the ground level. Fine. Here we have completed the chapter number 1 of the grade 7, class 7. So integer, the chapter number 1 integer, that is totally completed. Now just don't forget to complete the worksheet, as well as if any question is remained from the previous worksheet or previous exercise, please complete by today only, because from the tomorrow's lecture we are just going to start the new chapter, chapter number 2. But before that, you have to be ready with the chapter number 1. You have to finish and properly complete the chapter number 1. If you have any doubts, just try to cover that, try to complete that. Okay, try to solve each and every question, and please do revision for the chapter number 1 properly. By tomorrow, by the next lecture, we will start our next chapter, chapter number 2, for the class 7. Okay, but before that, just pause the video and note it down.